For over 25 years, One Piece has hidden a single letter at the center of its greatest mystery. A letter that appears quietly in names, is feared by gods, and has shaken the world every time it moves. Gol D Roger, Monkey D Luffy, Trafalgar D Waterloo. Each time the D appears, history changes. But here is the terrifying part. The world government does not just dislike this letter, they fear it. They erased it from history, hunted its bearers, and even changed Roger's name to hide it. So the question is simple, but the answer could break the entire story. What does the D really mean, and why has Oda been hiding its true meaning for so long? The D is not just a cool initial. It is one of the oldest mysteries in One Piece. Older than the Yonko system, older than Haki, even older than the Void Century reveal. From the very beginning, Oda placed this letter next to characters who smile in the face of death, who oppose the natural order of the world, and who somehow bring chaos wherever they go. The story of One Piece is not just about pirates and treasure. It is about inherited will, forbidden history, and a war that never truly ended. And the D clan sits at the center of all of it. Canon tells us very little, but what it does tell us is incredibly specific. People with the name D are called the enemies of the gods. This line alone changes everything. In One Piece, the celestial dragons literally call themselves gods. They rule the world from above, wearing spacesuits to avoid breathing the same air as normal people. If the D clan are their enemies, that means this conflict is ancient, not political, not personal, but ideological. A clash between freedom and control that dates back over 800 years. We also know that people of D tend to smile when they die. Gol D Roger laughed at his execution. Saul laughed as he was frozen. Ace smiled as he died in Luffy's arms. Even Luffy himself smiles when facing certain death. This is not coincidence. Oda repeats this imagery again and again. Death does not scare them because they believe in something bigger than themselves. That belief is inherited will. The idea that even if your body dies, your will moves forward through others. Then there is the world government's reaction. They do not publicly explain the D. They do not teach it. They suppress it. Sengoku openly says that the meaning of D will shake the world if revealed. Law says Corazon told him that those with D are destined to bring storms. And most importantly, the world government changed Gol D Roger's name to Gold Roger, specifically to hide the D coit. Governments do not erase letters unless that letter is dangerous. Oda's foreshadowing goes even deeper when we look at symbolism. The letter D itself resembles a half moon. In One Piece, the moon is deeply connected to ancient civilizations, the Kozuki clan, the Minks, and the Lunarians. The sun, on the other hand, represents liberation. The sun god Nika, Joy Boy, Luffy. What happens when a half moon meets the sun? Dawn. The dawn of the world. A phrase repeated constantly throughout One Piece. This leads us to the most famous theory, that the D stands for dawn. The people who will bring the dawn to the world after centuries of darkness. Darkness ruled by the world government, darkness created after the Void Century, darkness enforced by lies, erased history, and absolute control. The D clan are not conquerors, they are liberators, not kings, but catalysts. But this theory alone is not enough. Oda never settles for something simple. Another theory suggests the D stands for dream. Every bearer of D has a powerful dream that challenges reality itself. Roger wanted to reach the final island. Luffy wants to be the freest man in the world. Law wants to uncover the true history. Dragon wants to overthrow the world system. These are not small dreams, they are impossible dreams, dreams that threaten the balance of the world. Then there is the theory that D refers to an ancient kingdom's name, a lost civilization that opposed the founders of the world government. The 20 kingdoms that won the ancient war became the celestial dragons. The losing side was erased from history. Their name was removed, but traces remained, not in books, not in monuments, but in blood, passed down through generations as a middle initial, a silent rebellion encoded into names. What makes this even more powerful is that not all D characters are the same. Some are pirates, some are marines, some are revolutionaries, some are kind, some are cruel. Blackbeard is a D, yet he represents darkness, greed, and betrayal. This tells us something crucial. The D is not about morality, it is about choice. about the freedom to choose your own path, even if that path leads to destruction. Blackbeard's existence challenges the idea that the D are heroes. Instead, it suggests that the D are disruptors. People who break systems, Luffy breaks them with joy and freedom. Blackbeard breaks them with ambition and chaos. Both threaten the world government, both are dangerous. So what does not make sense? The idea that the D is just a family name. That theory fails because the D clan is not united by bloodlines alone. Luffy and Law are not related. Roger and Dragon are not connected by family. What connects them is will, purpose, timing. They appear when the world is ready to change. Now we look to the future. The final saga has begun. Joy Boy's will is returning. The drums of liberation have sounded. The world government is desperate. Imu has revealed themselves. The ancient weapons are moving. This is not random. The storm Corazon spoke of is here. When the true meaning of D is revealed, it will likely coincide with the truth of the Void Century, the ancient kingdom's name, Joy Boy's promise, and the role of Luffy as the one who brings the dawn. The D may be the mark of those who inherit Joy Boy's will, directly or indirectly, not one person, but many sparks leading to a single sunrise. Imagine the moment when the world learns that the people they hunted were never demons. They were hope, that the gods were never divine. They were tyrants, that history was not lost, it was stolen, and that a boy with a straw hat, carrying a simple letter in his name, was always destined to shake the world. The emotional weight of this mystery is why Oda has waited so long, because once the D is revealed, One Piece changes forever. It is no longer a pirate story, it becomes a liberation story, a story about breaking inherited chains, challenging false gods, and smiling even when facing death, because freedom is worth everything. And when that final truth is spoken out loud, when the letter D is no longer hidden, the world of One Piece will finally see the dawn it has feared for 800 years. Until then, the question remains, is the D a name, a symbol, a promise, or a warning? Because if history has taught us anything in One Piece, it is this. When someone with the D smiles, the world is about to change.